2023 NBA Finals. 5 faves of Game 2 in alphabetical order.
Let's not overreact on the Eric Gordon drive.
What is this? The Finals logo. Look at it. This Finals logo illusion. I just hate seeing this kind of thing. Seriously. I know it's brought to you by YouTube. I know what it is. I know why they do it. They project a ton of things on the court these days. I know. I just don't even see the point of it. What's the benefit versus the cost? And on top of that, easy there. Once you realize these are the only Finals logos on the entire court, with that truth, you understand that nobody is actually seeing them in the arena. It appears that these digital projections are only visible to the at-home audience, watching at home. Gabe, which means all those extra clips, all the fan clips, alternate angles, for historical purposes, will not have the Finals logo on the court. What are you doing? Even in the bubble, the worst designed court in NBA history, we had digital representations of the wackiest things, including way too much text on the court and odd-sized humans, but they still had the common sense to put the Finals decal on the actual court. I get it, but come on, I don't get it. But I think I know why. That's later. Just paint the damn thing on. CJ was right. We gotta put the big, gaudy, gold trophy logo decal right in the middle of the court again. That's what needs to happen. That's just it. Next, Mike Breen and the team dubbed Kevin Love the greatest outlet passer in NBA history. The greatest outlet passer in NBA history. I don't have much to say about that, but I want to talk about how the greatest outlet passer in human history does not care if you want the outlet pass or not. Consent's not an issue with Kevin Love. See, Bam does not want this pass. Bam is saying no. But Kevin, the goalpost, took all of Bam's agency away. Told him, yes, you do. You may not know how you ended up in the Kevin Love outlet pass expressway, but now that you're there, you're going to receive this pass. You're gonna get it. I mean, maybe Kevin's the one with no agency. Maybe he's built up such a chemical response with outlet passes, this motion. Just the hallucination of these invisible tethers connecting him and anything 50 to 75 feet away.
Is one of the great outlet passes in the history of the game. We've always seen.
Maybe he just can't help himself. Now, next. I'm always saying this. Always. Ask my children, if you are a professional athlete and you want to raise your profile, I don't know, maybe you want to end up in commercials, promos, well, it requires 3 things, exactly 3 things. 1, become a professional athlete. Then, get comfortable playing that game to the point where you levitate above the game and the moment and begin to notice the firmament of space and time around you, accepting that this is just a bunch of pixels inside of a giant TV studio. Then identify the location of the entertainment conduits, aka the cameras. Now go do something amazing in the game, then immediately look directly into the cameras, acknowledge that you are so legit that you have mastered the game and will now master the entertainment.
This is the most I've ever seen.
Look at the camera, okay? It's your little buddy, just waiting to eat up your gaze. This was like 99% of the Jordan Poole strategy. Or maybe he's just charismatic. I'm not gonna be cynical. When you do this, you will immediately become more well-known. You will immediately become more well-known as the machine clips and cranks out promos, montages, and hopefully memes showing your intimate expression just between you, a piece of glass, and Gabe in his PJs at home. I don't know. Maybe, in this case, Jamal Murray, maybe no more snarls. I think Tyler broke the snarl in the bubble. Tyler broke the snarl in the bubble. I mean, I'm sure somebody in Canada has already gathered his materials and gone down to the local, insert Canadian store name here, and has started on his Jamal Murray mural that will ultimately look more like Oscar the Grouch mixed with some Earl Boykins, more than Jamal himself. Seriously, good for Jamal for unlocking the 4th wall break. But I don't know. Maybe smile? Maybe we enter the era of heartfelt smiles?
Yo, wow, what's up, man?
Maybe we enter the era of heartfelt smiles? Maybe a few high moms after you manhandle and dispose of the opponent's self-worth. You can look at the camera and blow a kiss to your kids. You just destroy somebody, find the camera and say, "Hey kids, time for bed. Good night, kids." Try that. The snarls, I mean, like stage 1. Oh my god, okay, 2 more.
How is he wearing a playoff towel? Where are the finals towels?
No, not again. Okay, this one doesn't count towards the 2. I just had to stop and gripe about this. Seriously, did you not hear me? Why is there an errant playoffs towel even available for Kevin? And I seriously doubt this is some sort of lucky towel superstition bit. This is just the towel that they handed him. This is not from earlier in the playoffs. This is the towel that they had available for him that day. And it says playoffs? That needs to be a finals towel. It needs to say finals across it. It needs to say finals across it. I mean, technically I can't see if it says 2023, but I sure hope it doesn't. I hope this towel here is covered in stains and grit and experience. Maybe it's an old Udonis Haslem towel they pass around from, I don't know, 2020. Come on, I don't know, who cares, right? To be honest, the finals, they are feeling a bit regular, kind of. I want that Olympics feeling. I want that vibe back where Bob Costas would set the scene and make us care about a person or a thing that we had no clue about like a second before he mentioned it.
Bob Butterbean Love, a business executive in Seattle.
If words or spells conjuring images and experiences and real-life emotions in other people's brains, then Mike Breen would have definitely survived any variety of witch trials. Okay, seriously, as dependable and probably punctual Mike Breen may be, he hasn't strung together 3 words that evoke more than those literal 3 words ever. Bang makes a lot of sense now. Now I have said this before. I said this here.
I've said this before.
See, okay. If a referee, let's talk to the refs. If you as a referee make a call against someone and that person immediately starts to hop and jump, and here's the key, spin, hopping and spinning, then you must believe them. This is one of those weird human things where nobody fakes this. Nobody lies that hard.
Probably right.
I mean, people, they flop. But this,
Hopping and spinning.
there's some barrier here. I would honestly be floored and a bit impressed if I saw a player hopping and spinning.
Means you must believe them.
Remember, spinning is the key. In protest of a call, only to see that the replay, that they were completely lying, or that the call was even close. If somebody ever does that, fakes a hop and spin as a protest, then the league should fine them $1 million per spin, but then also give them a firm handshake on my behalf, because that's kind of just, it's top tier deception there. Top tier. We haven't breached that yet. I don't know. It's maybe something about the vulnerability of the spinning. Very childlike, just looking for help anywhere. I don't know. All of a sudden you're just the center of the universe spinning. I love this clip. Round 1, Game 2, 2022. Nikolai Jokic fouls out, or he's kicked out. And then we cut to this backstage shot. And if I remember correctly, these perfectly placed cardboard boxes got it. Remember Dirk when he punched the wall? Joker here blew it. He blew his chance. And he blew it. Just kick the boxes. Like, how do you not kick the boxes? But wait, let's fast forward. Now, the real dark heart of chaos, the Joker himself, he had another chance to let some frustration out. This one, an early injury. Now he's walking backstage. Because it's a stage. And he passes a buffet. Just flip the beans. Joker, flip the beans, please. By the way, my wife said, as soon as she saw this, she said, somebody really needs to cover that food up. I agree. Anyway, remember folks, Joker is not always so easygoing. He just picks his spots, like Marcus and Devin. I just expect more out of him when presented with a backstage prop clearly placed as a frustration injury prevention alternative, I guess. Seriously, put a couple bowls out of salad, and maybe you'll prevent somebody from punching a wall. Think about it. Nobody's there to reach out and give you a hand. Maybe a psychologist can come chime in here. The truth of the hop spin. Oh yeah, okay. These are getting a little out of hand here. Remember these? You know these? Maybe we should reevaluate the point here. This weird narrative being created about 26-foot three-point shots that never existed. And I know this was off his back foot. I know it's a machine. Honestly, I just love to compile all of these and see if any of them are remotely close to the actual distance of the shot, or who's making the call at all. I just like it. More of a flourish. And in that case, you don't need to really put the distance on there. You can put anything on there. It's like astrology, right? Just make it up. Yeah, pop their horoscope on there, right? How about put half-bleak tweets on the little box? Anything. Brought to you by Burger King. This 32-foot three-point attempt by Contavious Caldwell Pope was brought to you by Quiznos and those torture gerbils. I saw this later. This pass that ticked off the rim, right? The Quiznos ad popped up immediately. So at least I know it is automated. It's an automated thing. Of course it was. But I'm glad to know they simply need to adjust the parameters somehow to fix the Quiznos ad. And it's not an actual human just typing 2 random digits in and hitting enter. Anyway, side note. I'm happy to see Duncan doing well here. And my one piece of advice, next time you put up 10 points in 10 seconds or whatever it was, you feel a face coming over your face, find the camera!